Namaste. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about the concepts and the problems which lies in identity and how it is correlated with the sun and the fourth house. In my consultations, there were times where I had to ask questions to my clients like, what do they really want in life? Where they see themselves in 4 or 5 years down the road? Do they have a purpose? And things like that. Of course, these questions are later used for me to solidify my predictions. Now, it is in response, I get some correlations here with many clients. There are mainly two types of response. One is a self-confidence type. I'm going to do this. I have my eyes on that, or I have my goals on this particular thing, or this is where I am right now. This is where I'm going to be in the next 4 or 5 years. They are very confident in their response. On the other hand, there are a group of people who are always validating another person. Or maybe I want to be like that person, or I think I'm going to follow what my parents have told me to do so, or my friend suggested this and this. And so there are two different opinions. One is the one which has a pure, more self-focused, more confident answer. The other one is a little bit out of track and always on another person's opinion. And so I did some research. Of course, this is what I do. We as astrologers, we check and look for patterns. And these patterns over the years, like I've been doing this for like 2 decades. So I have a huge database on all my clients and how they behave and how they relate to things and problems. And so this video here is to tell you about the identity crisis, which I call it, in some people, and how it's related to the sun and the fourth house. Now, an identity is like a perception of personalities and philosophies and your values in life, and also how it correlates with dharma, the right conduct. Now, if this, what it does is this identity, if you have values and philosophies and principles and all that, it creates a sense of uniqueness, a sheer confidence, which is why your identity is always referred to Surya Bhagavan, the sun. It's always like that. Now, the fourth is the house of values that you create by yourself. Example, lessons that you learn from your own experience, right? And not coming from some other book. The things that you go through in your life. Say if your boss gets mad when you delay your project, or your spouse thinks that you're not responsible enough. All these circumstances that you go through and the lessons that you learn. And that is the fourth house, right? It's the values that you learn. And so any affliction to the sun and the fourth would lead to an identity crisis, all right? Now, some of the things that I've seen over the years is that, say, if you have any problems with affliction with the fourth or the sun or both, then these are the few things that I've seen happening. One is you may have problems in making decisions, poorly making decisions, usually seeking another person's opinions and validation. You just can't do it yourself. You need someone else's input. Others would be like, most part of your day, you're involved in thinking about your mistakes. Thinking about your mistakes can be in a good way too. You're learning lessons, but this is not in a good way. You may be dwelling in the emotional components that surrounds it, like shame or pain or distrust or anger and so on. You may also easily fall for what people are saying. You may just blindly listen to what people say. Usually people with some kind of authoritative position or successful people, right? Rather than investigating in the truth in what they are saying, you may just simply comply to whatever they are saying. So simply following other people's opinions. And lastly, I think from what I can see over the years is they are generally insecure and they quickly lose themselves to problems. So if you have it, then you easily lose yourself to problems, which also creates the incapacity for you to deal with challenges. Whenever challenges come, you're sort of shut down and you don't know what to do. You always seek out another person's help, right? And when you don't get the help from the other person, and that comes relationship problems and all that. So guys, this I hope this video will be useful for you. So have a look at your chart, see if you have any affliction in the fourth and Surya Bhagavan, either one of it or both, and see if you do have the identity crisis. Thank you. Namaste.